It's my first of that species I've ever caught before.
Three different species, eh? 3 different species on the flats here in Carnarvon. These little boats are great, so if you've got a mate with a dinghy or a few mates, come up here and have a go on Oyster Creek. This is just fantastic stuff. Now, doing a Perth special, there's one fish that we just can't leave out, Tomo, the flathead.
Got to be, I think, the easiest fish to catch, particularly with the Swan River. It's just a perfect location for them.
It is. They love the sandy bottom. They're so simple. East Fremantle, I can't afford to live here, but I tell you what, you can afford to fish here using the little Prawn Star lure, mate. Have you used one of these
No,
before?
I haven't. I've heard you talk about it, and I've seen them on the show before.
Fantastic. The little tail flicks like that. Flathead, of course, eat prawns and other things, and this spot here in East Fremantle, it's my favourite. I reckon we'll get some fish.
I haven't fished here before. I haven't fished with a Prawn Star before. Let's have a go.
I think you'll do all right.
Yeah, I like the look of them.
It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Time doesn't have anything to do with catching flathead. It's all about tide. The water's just edging out downstream. In about 10 minutes, it'll start to turn and start to flow back upstream. That's when the flatheads start to feed. In the first half hour, that's when you'll get most of your fish. But for about 3 hours afterwards, it's going to be hot action, one after another you watch. Yep. Just let him take that and I'm on. It's a nice flatty too. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's dropped it, but I'll let him have it again. I can still see him. They're very aggressive, these flatheads, so I'll just put it down in front of him. He'll go, look, he's going for it again. He's going for it again, and he's hitting it again. Come on, take it. Just move it, he'll want it again, don't worry about that. No, he's gone. Wow. They're very aggressive fish, the flathead. That one came right up, just nibbled at it. These Prawn Stars, they really do think they're prawns. And he had another go then, but I think he was spooked by the hooks the first time. But first cast with a Prawn Star, there you go. Works a treat. As that tide turns, they start to really come into the close shallows.
Ooh, hang on, yep.
He came right up and took that in close, didn't he?
Yeah, you could see him just following it. Not huge.
That's a good one too, mate. Look at that. That's perfect.
Not huge, but
Landed in the breakers. Where'd they come from?
just bring it. It's like fishing in the surf when a big boat goes past. There he is. Look at that.
Start.
Beautiful.
Told you those Prawn Stars work, mate. Have a look. Right in the side of his mouth. Now, flathead are spiky things. I like to flip them over. Go on, flip over.
Now Steve's doing what we call the Steve little method of basically paralysing the fish, aren't you, Steve?
Look, I know it sounds disgusting, but you know what that is? That's his bottom. I've got my thumb over it. He won't move now, see? He's absolutely stationary.
How's the colour? He's a lighter colour, isn't he? Further upriver, they're dark and muddy coloured, but
Exactly
he's camouflaging with a sandier bottom.
You can go back in. There you go, mate. And see how they blend in. Fantastic. You like your Tomo?
Beautiful.
Prawn Star.
Oh, mate. How easy was that?
Piece of cake.
Literally first cast, into the water, slow retrieve, really nice, plump, healthy flathead.
That's the key, the slow retrieve. Tomo, a lot of people think fishing in the Swan, I mean, 2 blokes, when we turned up, they said to us, mate, you won't catch any fish there. They just don't realise, do they?
I think a lot of people feel the same way. I think they see the Swan River because it's so close and we drive past it most days. I think that it's a city river and they think maybe it's a little bit polluted, but generally it's in fantastic condition.
Yep, and you can eat the fish, there's no problem.
Well, they're still picking up, about 8 months ago, a 63 pound, around the 30 kilo mark mullow was caught right in front of the city, and that I think speaks volumes for the healthy condition of the swan. So Steve, just show me the technique that you like to use with these.
Well, I think there's not so much a technique as one simple thing you need to remember, and that's to cast it over the drop-off into the deep water and let it sink for ages. Sometimes I'll just let it sit there for 30 seconds and they'll jab away at it. But then
So
once
they'll
it's
hit a stationary lure.
all the time. They really think it's a prawn. But then I'll just lift the rod tip and wind slowly. If you scream it in quickly, you just won't get any fish. You've got to be patient. Just a bit of a...
So it's almost almost like fishing with a bait.
I was going to say that. It's almost a bit of a Sunday afternoon, sit on the bank with some bait, but a little bit more interactive.
And hooked another one here. Hopefully I can keep this bloke on.
Oh, he's going all right. They're coming and grabbing at the shallows, aren't they?
Yeah.
Following it all the way in. You see now, this is a great example of how that hook has come free of the lure, and another lure may have actually seen the escape of this flathead, but in this case, no problem at all. Here you go, mate.
He's taken the lot, that fella.
Yes. Once again, a lift like that. Oh, no, that's fine. We'll just get a pair of pliers. That'll be out in just a second. Did I give you those pliers, mate?
Just
yeah,
have a
you did.
crack with those, mate.
We're right. Piece of cake, close. There you go.
Oh, delicate, Dr.
How easy is
Steve. Beautiful.
Now just look in the sun there. See those spikes? Nasty stuff. Keep your fingers away from those. And this is real easy. And I'll go back so neatly. Look at the camouflage. Look at that. See how he blends into his surroundings and he sits covered in sand like that. Bait fish can't see him. And then all of a sudden, your bait will go past and attack.
Good man.
Yes.
Well done.
Here we go. And actually it's got some weight too. I'm going to try not to bullock it because it doesn't know it's hooked yet. It does now. Oh, it's a flat. It's a good one too. Have a look at that.
Oh, nice one.
And we're in deep... Whoa! Don't come off, don't come off. Look at the head shake. We're in deep water, and I bet he's going to throw that. But see how the hook has come out of the prawn star. And that's what saves you when fish try and throw the hooks.
Nice fish too.
That was a beauty. Have a look. Have a look at that. Turn of speed. Oh, don't lose him, Steve-o. Now these are the ones you have to be especially careful of the spikes. I think this is a big one you lost earlier, Tomo.
Yeah, he's a nice fish. Nice fish.
Oh, that's beauty. Now, just gently put your foot just there. Right, now, stay upside down for Steve-o. He's so careful with these. Just there like that, see? Now, like a little lamb. Get those hooks out of him.
He's a nice fish.
He's got that hook in. See that? Look at that. That hook wasn't coming out. But the weight of the lure might have just lost that fish for me. Come on, let go of it. They've got pretty hard mouths. Look at that, that's a nice one. He'd be about 40 centimetres perhaps.
Yeah. He's a